continue doing that. But what I like about the perk system is what you mentioned. It really does go into the playstyle that you like, aside from enabling the character and the strong case that the character has.
Yes. Yes. No, you mentioned your favorite perks. I have to respond in kind. One of my most favorite perks that I literally never get to use because of who I main is Second Wind Beneath Your Wings. What it does is it actually literally refreshes all of your aerial specials after you secure a knockout. And it's amazing if it's stacked because then it refreshes all air. Now, I believe this is actually the game.
Yeah, we are already getting started. We're going to be starting in Trophy's Edge, one of the more neutral stages that we've been able to see so far. And already off the gates, look how aggressive both these teams have been playing with each other. But with the Bugs duo that we've been seeing so far between Bugs and BanMan, you can see that the tunnel underneath them is actually allowing a lot of creative opportunities for the blue team.
Now, I really like the way that the blue team is able to go ahead and move together in unity, but unfortunately it looks exactly like we saw earlier with VoiD and NAKAT. They're doing a fantastic job securing that ring out over on Bugs' Harley. Relatively simple and clean.
And what I really like too is between VoiD and NAKAT is the fact that we see the Tom and Jerry. VoiD is doing so much damage with Jerry off to the side, despite Bugs being able to get creative, go through the tunnel, and then use that nair. It's the fact that with these saves, you could actually poke the save out from the other side of the tunnel, but just hitting BanMan at the same time over to the side. You got to worry about VoiD at the same time, who's actually been playing a lot more passive and letting NAKAT take the lead. He's been living for a long time, but he bounced off from the side right there.
Well, I'm really into, oh my goodness, that Jerry pull had me real scared. That Bugs flew. Great spike there by Wonder Woman. Was able to secure it, unfortunately, onto Harley. Lives with 85%, but that is a knocked out Tom and Jerry. And the very first knockout is VoiD. That's interesting, unlike the previous matches we saw earlier.
But the survivability that NAKAT has right now, I don't want to jinx it at the same time. The stall in the air a little bit to actually avoid that side special, and unfortunately can't live for as long as you may think. With the rocket, though, you have to worry about that. It basically acts as that obstacle where your teammate can actually just jump off of it, reset that utility, and actually continue to convert with a lot of the damage that we've been seeing from Bugsy.
I really like the movement of blue team in general as they literally navigate the entire pressure that VoiD and NAKAT are trying to put in, keeping them meshed up, but somehow still getting out and around Tom and Jerry. Wonderful. Just running around the stage. Just go all the way to the bottom of the blast zone, come back up.
What I really liked right there was a stall from VoiD to actually avoid getting spiked by the really big down air that we've seen from Bugs before in the past. BanMan actually, unfortunately, couldn't get the timing on that, so the survivability from VoiD, he gets to see another day, he gets to continue living here, but a lot of the damage output that we are seeing from Harley is actually insane.
Wow. Very nice. Very simple secure there by Wonder Woman.
That racket could get really cheeky sometimes when it goes through the side, especially when it comes down 20 seconds later. VoiD needs to stay alive right here, though. You can see the amount of pressure he's been able to put down, but he's really high in terms of damage in general right now. You see the attempt, Will, with the down air. Oh, he manages to actually back up a little bit. The respect that we're seeing from Bugsy on Twitch as he actually manages to understand, all right, I can't chase down VoiD. VoiD's just going to delay it with the frying pan. He's going to be able to try to get the spike instead.
Okay, okay. I noted a very, very nice recovery there by VoiD. Ooh, this is incredibly close. Oh, is that it? No, fantastic knockback influence there. Able to secure themselves back onto the edge. And that is going to go ahead and put the very first match up on VoiD and NAKAT by a very simple up air. What a beautiful play there. Immediate reaction from VoiD.
Can we talk about the survivability from VoiD there, though? He was at such a high percent for the longest time. Not only that, he was put into 3 separate really scary situations on the right side of the stage there. The fact that he was able to remain cool while NAKAT was able to help cover him, I mean, that's what Wonder Woman does best. That kind of goes into the synergy that we're seeing between the Wonder Woman and the Tom and Jerry. VoiD playing very passive, but understanding when he needs to reposition allowed them to survive for as long as they could, because let's not forget, match point was in favor of the other team for a lot longer, just slightly, but a lot longer. So that was really, really good right there, especially with the damage output that we see from Harley could be really overwhelming.
Absolutely, and I think what's really telling is the fact that none of their perks had to be around survivability in order for them to achieve that. We didn't see any additional perks giving them armor. We just saw simple skill surviving them there, and that, I think, is the coordination that I'm so incredibly excited to be able to watch between VoiD and NAKAT, as you said, veteran teammates in this regard.
It's the defense of the gods sometimes when you come through as the Wonder Woman. You know, it's not just the lasso of truth that makes sure that you're actually going to be able to play as honest as possible, but it's the fact that that armor comes out sometimes, not just helping you cleanse any debuffs, but also helping you take some of those hits too. That one hit could make a difference, especially when you're so high in terms of percent.
I genuinely enjoy the debuff and the cleanse aspect of Wonder Woman. I think that provides so much for her over other supports that sometimes you see inside of this game. Ultimately, it's going to be really intense to see how Bugzy and the BanMan actually get through this.
We're going to get started here. Game number 2 in the Batcave, though. Batman nowhere to be found, but you can definitely find Bugs at the same time with the amount of actually stage control that Bugs just has in general. And the way that we're actually kind of seeing a little bit of a slowdown just from the blue team in general. They are doing a really good job at controlling the space, but you could see the way that VoiD and NAKAT are playing are just essentially a game of cat and mouse, quite literally. Just trying to the follow-up with the up air, though,
Wonderful.
immediately right after that.
Such coordination, literally immediately ready to follow up. And we're seeing it being repeated again. Literally, it's a 108 now, 125 Harley. If that spike get connected. If that spike get connected.
Oh, wow, the lasso.
Yes.
The lasso angled down like that, too, can actually catch you off guard. And if you have that perk that gives you that sweet spot, it's even better for Wonder Woman. See, trying to close in the gap, you have to actually worry about that side special in the air, too. It does a lot of that damage in general, but it also helps close in the gap as the lasso follow-up attempt coming in again.
Very nice there by the BanMan to go ahead and secure that knockout. I really think it's important to note just how good Wonder Woman has been about making sure that VoiD's able to complete the projectile game here.
No
yes,
way.
fantastic
No
knockout.
And then you take the life? How are you going to do that? How are you going to do that on the stage right now? Oh, this is looking juicy right now. The
lasso.
Yep, sneaks its way through. There's a retaliation with the up air.
And is able to recover back to stage. It's really difficult on small stages like this.
It'd be so tricky in general. Trying to sneak right past there. Here comes Derry with some of that extra damage, though.
Ooh, dangerous situation right now. Yeah, Tom does not want them to recover. Fake down is going to go ahead and guarantee him that game 2-0. VoiD and NAKAT move forward on the winner's side, and Bugs and the BanMan are moved over to the other side of bracket.
The stage control, though, at the very end from VoiD and NAKAT was insane, and then allowing VoiD to go off to the stage on purpose so that way he could try to get the stall, not just with the frying pan, but to have that active hitbox on the spike could be super intimidating. He already used 2 of his jump right here, too. He used the wall jump as well.